Hi guys, welcome to Thermomixing Adventures. My name is Lisa Keegan and we are doing all things manual in our Thermomix this week. So yesterday I showed you how easy it was to make a tropical fruit juice or a boost style juice. Today I'm going to show you a really classic dinner. Okay, so come with me today. This can be made in a TM31, TM5, TM6 or another thermo cooker. Same process. I'll give you hints and tips along the way today. Now this is a recipe I've not done for actually a very long time, probably since I had a TM31 8 years ago. And this recipe, it's really simple once you understand the principles behind it. So it's going to use the whole Thermomix. We're going to use all 3 layers and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So come with me today and I'll show you. Do say hi if you're watching as well today. I'd love to know that you're enjoying these videos. So if you're watching replays, hashtag replay, tag your friends and family who need a Thermomix or maybe they've got one, they need inspiration. I'd love to know that these are being valued. Also, those of you watching along today, I've just put up a latest news in my website. So go to thermixingadventures.com.au and you can see that there was a whole announcement last night made that I have put up today. Actually, I think you can see it on there. So if you head over to there, you'll be able to see it up the top in the menu and check that out. You'll see a whole lot of stuff. There's vacuum cleaner bundles. There's all sorts of stuff happening in Thermomix world at the moment. It's super exciting. And do let me know if you'd like a demo to show someone. We can jump online together and show them what a Thermomix is all about. So let's get cooking. This is a 20-minute meal. It's got 3 components, 3 parts of your Thermomix that's going to get used. The first thing you need to do is get your simmering basket. You need to rinse some rice. So I've got white rice. White rice, if you can learn the principle that it takes 20 minutes to cook white rice, you will be done. That's all you need, 20 minutes. If it's brown, it's going to take 35 minutes. So it does take a little bit longer to cook brown rice. You can still cook it in this recipe. You could use brown instead. I've got jasmine rice. You can use basmati. Even sushi rice takes 20 minutes, although we're not using sushi rice today. So what you do is you put that in your simmering basket. It's a bit drippy wet because the next thing you do is you actually rinse it. So I've got mine sitting on a cake thing because I've rinsed it. You need to rinse the starch off your rice and then it's ready to go. Now a couple of more tips about rice making. You're getting lots today, lots of tips. Don't go over halfway because if you go over halfway, when it grows and expands and absorbs that water, it's going to come out the top. It needs to double in size, so you need to allow that space for it to grow. That's the main thing. You can go as little or as much. If you're just feeding yourself, you can just put in the normal amount you would, like it might be like a 1/4 cup, and it's going to blow up to 1/2 cup in there. If you want to feed a whole family like I do, I've got 1/2 basket in there, and I just eyeball it. I don't weigh it. I just, oh yeah, that looks about right. Rinse it till it's running clear. Obviously, then put it in your Thermomix. You don't need to put it on a little thing to stop it dripping all over the floor. You'll go straight in your Thermomix. Doesn't matter if you've got a lid or not. You don't need the TM6 top for this. That's to stop you overfilling it. It won't matter in this recipe. Okay, so any simmering basket will work. And then it goes in. Next up, now the trick to cooking perfect rice comes down to the perfect amount of water. And that amount of water changes depending on how much rice you use. But rather than weighing it, we can just eyeball it, which is awesome. So all we're going to do is we're going to put enough water in the bowl to bring it up to the top grain of rice. So we're going to look in there, we're going to watch it till it rises up, and we're going to stop. If we go over the rice, you get starchy bubbles out the top. If you go too low, you'll end up with some crunchy rice that doesn't get cooked. So we're not going over, not going under. We're pretty much meeting the top grain of rice. So I'm going to pour some water in. I'm just going to watch through the top. And I did start with a little bit of water in there so that I didn't need to put too much in while on camera. It is just tap water and that's it. It's actually gurgling at me. The little air bubbles are coming out of it. That was just a guesstimate. It happened to be right. That's it, white rice. So I could cook that now, 20 minutes of aroma speed 3, and it will be done in that time. Little tip, you'll often still get bubbly, starchy water out the top. Put your aroma on top. It just funnels it up so it doesn't go out the back. Doesn't damage your Thermomix because it's going to roll out the hole in the back, so it doesn't actually make a mess. And I mean, it makes a mess, but it doesn't wreck anything. Easy enough to clean up. So now what do? We put our lid on. Next up for dinner, we need some veggies. So in the bottom of my varoma, never mind the top, we'll talk about that in a moment. It was in the heading today, so maybe you already know what we're having. But I've got some potatoes, cut into about the size that I think it'll take to steam in about 20 minutes. Now I could put sweet potatoes, carrots, pumpkin would go in later, broccoli will go in later with about 5 minutes to go. Veggies in here. Pack it as much as you like, but remember you need to put the tray on. And now on the tray. This is where the fun begins. Sausages. Does anyone want to admit in the chat if you have steamed sausages before? All right, now for a very long time, one of my children would only eat steamed sausages. So we were often found at night time cooking buttered chicken underneath or korma or something beautiful and luscious. And he was eating 2 steamed sausages and peas, corn and carrot, all steamed on the top, over the top of our curry cooking. Thankfully, we've outgrown that stage of life, but that was us for a long time. So this has got 8 sausages. You can fit up to 12 in there. And again, it's going to cook in 20 minutes, which is pretty cool. Now I'm going to stab them with a fork so that their little jackets don't explode. By the way, there's a new little device in the mix shop that actually can help you make your own sausages, which I thought was really quite clever. So give that a go. Check that out in the mix shop, making your own sausages. I did not make these, okay? I am no domestic goddess. I am the one who used to burn food before I had a Thermomix. So these are straight from good old Woolworths, all right? So now I just layer it up. It's got water to steam. It's got rice in the basket. I'm going to put my lid on, which I've done, okay? Now I'm going to put my Varoma base and my tray in place. I flipped this upside down because it was my juice keeper. And now I'm going to put 20 minutes. Oop, too far, somewhere in there. 20 minutes. Varoma. Varoma is our steaming temp. We just spin the speed dial, not the speed, the temperature dial all the way around. And then we're going to put it on speed 2. Okay, so 2 is our steaming temp when you've got the Varoma on top. If you go too much faster, you'll see it'll do a wiggle and a jiggle and it'll start dancing. You don't want to go that much faster. So 2 is your maximum, except if you've got a TM31, you guys go up to 3. You need a bit more muscle to push that steam up, and you may even need to find yourself extending your cook time a little bit to get it cooked through. It takes that little bit longer to heat up to temp. The TM6 is really fast. TM5 is not too far behind, but the TM31, it took a little bit longer, I remember. And in 20 minutes, I will have fluffy cooked rice. I will have potatoes. I'll probably add some broccoli and some, not cabbage, the other stuff, cauliflower in there the last 5 minutes. Sausages, and I'll make up a beautiful gravy as well. Because gravy, try the traditional gravy on cookie dough. It's beautiful and simple and quick, and that'll be dinner done. How easy is that? Now, just take a moment to think a little bit outside the box. This might not be sausages. This could be salmon, but salmon will take 13 minutes. So add it when you get 7 minutes down into your time. This could be meatballs. Go check out the meatballs with tomato sauce recipe, not the blade cover version, but the one that steams on top. Same process, okay? Except you wouldn't be putting tomato sauce with it, you'd be putting with it the rice and the veggies. All right, so these sorts of things can steam in 20 minutes quite successfully. It might be some big field mushrooms if you're vegetarian, stuffed with beautiful, what's it called, cheese and things like that. All right, so there's lots of things you can steam in 20 minutes on top. It does not need to be sausages on top. So I'm going to turn this on. It's going to cook for 20 minutes. Dinner's going to be done. I actually, on that side note, I talked about gravy. I've got frozen out there in a bag, flat packed some gravy. So with about 5 minutes to go, I'll put the flat pack frozen bag in there. It'll reheat. I'll try and take a photo to show you guys, and then it'll be ready to serve. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's Facebook Live. I hope you've taken away some hints and tips for your Thermomixing, whether it's with, as I said, another version of a Thermomix or a TM6 like I'm cooking with, or a TM5 or a TM31. Those of you with TM31s or TM5s, or even maybe a TM21, you've got a trade-up offer on available, not yet available, soon to be available in February. If I can help you get a TM6 on the bench, do let me know. I'd love to support you. Get one on the bench, but more importantly, get more out of it, because there's so much our Thermomix can do. So otherwise, that's it for me today, guys. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon for some more manual making in your Thermomix. And my name was Lisa Keegan. So thanks for joining me. Bye for now, guys.